Hello everyone, my name is Carlos Arturo Gomez Cuellar. In this opportunity, I would like to do a video of which belong to the task 1 reflecting upon English language awareness of the course English 7 English Conversation of UNAT University. In this video, I am going to develop the step 4 of the course, which aims to record a video presenting the answer of the question from step 1. Also, I am going to give my reflection of the step 2. In this video, I, I would like to showcase my speaking skills, and I hope you can understand everything, and I hope that I can expose my ideas clearly and fluently. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Carlos Arturo Gomez Cuellar. I am an English teacher in an indigenous school with over 8 years of experience in the education field. I am 29 years old and I am in 7th period Bachelor in Foreign Language with emphasis in English of UNAT University. I am passionate about improving my English communication skills and learning new strategies and methodologies of language teaching that allows me to enhance my teaching competence. After that, I would like to share my answer of the question suggested. The first question was, what is the course learning purpose? For me, English 7 is an important course that allows students to enhance English communication skills through speaking activities that encourage them to use English most of the time in real social communication contexts. In synchronized learning environments, what helping to expand the vocabulary and getting fluently to communicate orally effectively. Also, the second question was from the four learning outcomes of the course, which one calls more your attention? In this aspect, it's relevant to mention that all of learning outcomes of the English 7 course are important since suggest a variety of aspects that must be developed by training teacher in order to gain a proper teaching competence. However, personally speaking, I say that learning outcome 1 is the most important because even though I have studied English for about 5 years, I feel I need to improve my speaking skill as if I want to speak about a specific topic, I can express my ideas with fluently. I have to stop to think what I want to say. Thus, it affects my confidence. Furthermore, the third question was how many activities does the course have? English 7 course is based on the learning strategy task-based learning. Therefore, it consists of 6 tasks which are listed below. Task 1. Reflecting upon English language awareness. Task 2. Part- Partaking in 6 weekly mandatory encounters. Task 3. Debating controversial issues. Task 4. Delivering a real-time mini webinar. Task 5. Standardized text listening quiz. Task 6. Creating a collaborative video postcards. The fourth question was, what are synchronic interaction activities? My definition was synchronic interaction activity refers to activities that are developed through scheduled encounters in virtual or physical environments which allow the interaction in real time between students or even with teachers. The fifth question was identify and describe the synchronic interaction activities and the course. English 7 contains a variety of synchronous interaction activities that allow students to enhance their English communication skills, which are as follows. Task 2, pertaining 6 quickly mandatory encounters. Task 3, debating controversial issues. Task 4, delivering a real-time mini webinar. Task 6, creating a collaborative video podcast. And the next question was, what does the final exam of the course consist of? I think it consists of performing a video podcast cooperatively with their classmates exploring their English learning journey. So students must try out their English communicative skills in order to present the information clearly and effectively. Therefore, it implies a collaborative submission. The last question was, is your institutional email working properly? I think effectively my institutional email is working properly. I check it constantly since it is the main mean of communication with tutor and university. Well, in the last part of this video, I would like to talk about the reflection from the step 2. In this case, I would like to reflect about the suggested question. The question one was, what is your purpose of studying English as a foreign language? First, it's relevant to mention I am an English teacher in an indigenous school with over 8 years of experience in the education field. Furthermore, I am a student of 7 period bachelor foreign language with emphasis in English at Lunat University. However, even though I have been studying English for 5 years, I consider I must improve my English communication skills in order to get a properly teaching performance. Thus, I go on English learning process, applying innovative strategies to enhance my language competence, expanding my vocabulary, and getting fluency to speak. Also, my objective is learning new strategies and methodologies of language teaching that allows me to strengthen my teaching proficiency. The second question is, regarding the nature of language study, what aspects imply acquire speaking skills? Acquiring a new language is a complex activity that depends on a variety of factors. Consequently, a lot of strategies can be applied in order to encourage the development of productive and receptive communicative skills effectively, writing, reading, listening, and speaking. In this regard, it's relevant to mention that some strategies are designed to the training of a specific communicative proficiency. In respect of speaking skills, language learners must focus on reading constantly as this allows them to expand their vocabulary, acquire fluency, express their ideas orally. Also, they must generate spaces that encourage them to use target language most of the time, allowing them to practice new vocabulary expression structures in real context, what facilitates the acquisition of language meaningfully. The third question was, after planning your language study and specifically to enhance your speaking skills, how can you access your progress? Accessing is an indispensable process within language learning as it allows learners to recognize the effectiveness of their study strategies. In connection with that, formal and informal measures have been designed in order to determine strengths and weakness of language student progress. Therefore, on the one hand, language learners can access to ACTFL test or ALTE test with the purpose of accessing their progress formally. On the other hand, they can ask of a teacher's feedback in order to assess their learning process for informally. The last question was, how can you organize lifelong language learning? In order to organize a lifelong language learning effectively, you must design an individualized study plan, IESP, and strategies and method learning must adapt to student characteristics learning. Consequently, for the purpose of organizing my own lifelong language learning, I have designed as ISP with a variety of strategies which allowed me to enhance my language communication proficiency. Therefore, between strategies can be mentioned reading constantly to expand the vocabulary, listen podcasts to improve listening skills, meeting native speakers by social networks such as Facebook in order to practice and strengthen my speaking skill, watching movies and series in target language with the purpose of acquiring new expression, and performing periodical informal tests to access my progress. Okay, thank you so much for everything. I hope you can understand everything, and I would like you to learn a lot of about the topic. Thank you so much.